Hello everybody, welcome back to English Building Blocks. It's been a while, summer holidays are finally over, so here we are again, ready to learn some English. Today we're going to talk about possessive adjectives on the one hand and on the other hand possessive pronouns. Now, what is the difference between them and how do we use them correctly? Okay, so let's get started. So, first off, you can find the list here of the possessive adjectives: my, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their. Okay, on the other hand, you can find the list of the possessive pronouns: mine, yours, his, hers, ours, yours, and theirs. So you can see, as a rule, to create this possessive pronoun, we have to add the letter S to the possessive adjective. So your becomes yours, her becomes hers, our becomes ours, and finally their becomes theirs. Okay? Now, the possessive adjective his already ends in the letter S, so we don't need to add another S, okay? We just maintain the word as is, so the possessive pronoun is also his, okay? Now, there is one exception to this rule, and that is the first person singular. The possessive adjective my becomes the possessive pronoun mine, okay? It does not follow the rule of the letter S. Now, one observation: the possessive adjective its does not exist as a possessive pronoun, okay? It just does not exist. Furthermore, the possessive adjective its is written without an apostrophe. When you write it with an apostrophe, it apostrophe s, then you're referring to the verb to be, okay? For example, I don't like its color, so here we use its as a possessive adjective and it is written without an apostrophe. Or it's very hot today, then we write it with an apostrophe and then we use it as the verb to be, it is. Now, what is the difference between a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun? Well, the terms themselves already explain it perfectly. Let's begin with possessive adjectives. Now, a possessive adjective is just that. It is an adjective, so we use it to describe a noun. And this implies that we have to use a possessive adjective followed by a noun. Okay, for example, this is my book. So you see the possessive adjective my is followed by the noun book. Okay, another example: I like their house. So in this case, the possessive adjective their is followed by the noun house. Okay, furthermore, it is also possible to add another adjective, okay? And in such case, this second adjective will go between the possessive adjective and the noun. It goes in the middle. For example, I prefer his blue shirt. So you see, again, we use the possessive adjective his followed by a noun, in this case shirt, but there is a second adjective between the possessive adjective his and the noun shirt. His blue shirt, okay? And that is perfectly correct. Now, on the other hand, we have the possessive pronouns, and they are just that. They are pronouns, okay? And this implies that you cannot use an immediate following noun. There is no noun just after that possessive pronoun. Okay, now this does not mean that you cannot use a noun in the sentence. Maybe you use a noun at the beginning of the sentence, but it does mean that you cannot use a noun immediately after that possessive pronoun. Okay, for example, that bike is mine. Although we use a noun at the beginning of the sentence, okay, we do not use a following noun after the possessive pronoun mine. It is used on its own alone. Okay, another example. I like your cake, but hers is just a bit better. So you see, we use the possessive pronoun hers without a following noun. Now, we do use a noun in the sentence, but we do not use it immediately after the possessive pronoun hers. Okay? We can also use these possessive pronouns after a noun, but in such case you need to add the word of. So firstly you have the noun followed by the word of, and then you have your possessive pronoun. For example, a friend of mine is coming to visit me. So you see, we use the following construction: the noun friend followed by the word of, and then we have the possessive pronoun mine in this case, right? It's also important to point out that in such case, using this construction, that maybe you'll have to use the indefinite article a or un when the noun is singular, like in this case, a friend of mine. Okay, now let's have a look at a second example. She is a classmate of ours. Again, we use the same construction. We use the noun classmate followed by the word of, and then we have the possessive pronoun ours. And again, we use the indefinite article a because we have a singular noun. So let's finish with some exercises, shall we? So there is a sentence and I'll give you two options, a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun. I'll give you some time to think about the correct answer, okay? So let's begin with the first sentence. Where is their or theirs house? And the correct answer is their, the possessive adjective, and we do so because it is followed by the noun house. And the second sentence is the following: I don't have a car anymore, I sold my or mine. And the correct answer is mine. As there is no following noun, we need to use a possessive pronoun, in this case, mine. And the next exercise is the following. A neighbor of our or ours is selling his house. And the correct answer is a neighbor of ours. We use the possessive pronoun ours because we have that construction where we use first a noun, neighbor, followed by the word of, and then we have a possessive pronoun, in this case, ours. Exercise number 4. Is that pen your or yours? And the correct answer is obviously yours. As there is no immediate following noun, we need to use a possessive pronoun, in this case, yours. And now our last exercise in this video. Her or hers new car has been stolen. and the correct answer is her. Now we need to use a possessive adjective because it is followed by the noun car. Okay, there is a second adjective, new, in the middle, but that does not matter as her is followed by a noun, in this case car. We need to use a possessive adjective. Okay, now that's it for today. I hope you have learned something, and if so, subscribe please, or just leave a comment down below. Okay, bye bye till next time.